Welcome back to the Daily Ebenezer. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. Today, I just wanted to share a few thoughts with you about one of my daily habits that has been really successful in my life, and that's being intentional. It's one of those keys that I really feel like will help you live a life of fulfillment and achieve the things that you really want to get out of life. It's been a difference maker for me. So let's talk about it. First of all, ask yourself these three questions here. First question is, are you living a life of fulfillment? Are you getting everything out of life that you wanted? And if you are, that's awesome. Keep it going. But most of us will say, no, not really. There's more that I want out of life. What do you want more out of life? Is there a specific thing, or do you just know there's something else that you want out of life? And then ask yourself that specific question. Do you feel like there's something else out there, or something that you're missing that you just want more out of life, and you're not sure what it is yet, but you just know there's something else out there? And if most of us are honest, there's something else out there that we want, or we want to accomplish other things, and there's a specific way that we can do that. And one of the keys that I've learned, at least for my life, is being intentional. Being intentional for everything that you do. It makes a huge difference. Ask yourself these questions. What do you think is holding you back from reaching your dreams, your goals, and your ambitions? Usually it's one of these four items. It's a lack of time, a lack of resources, a lack of knowledge, and a lack of organization. And there's a lot more out there, but those four things really are sort of the core that really stops us or slows us down from getting to our goals and dreams in life. And then you've got to make that decision. Stop waiting, start today. And that's just something that's really important, because I think most of us are sort of procrastinators in nature, and we're like, okay, I don't really have time to do that for myself today, so I'll get to it tomorrow, or I'll schedule it for Saturday when I'm at home a little bit longer, whatever. But I'm going to tell you, tomorrow never comes. You're never going to get there. Even with the best intentions, it's just not going to happen. So you got to start today. Ask yourself, are you really willing to invest into yourself? We're always willing to give of ourselves, whether that's at work or with nonprofits or church or ministry, or even with family and at home. We're giving of ourselves to others, but we need to make a decision that we're going to start giving of ourselves to ourselves. And that sounds sort of silly, but when you decide to invest in yourself, you're going to reap the benefits of investing in yourself. Don't wait till tomorrow, because it's never ever going to get here. You're always going to continue to be putting it off. And later is the dream killer, guys. Every time you say, I'll do it later, you're killing that dream. You're killing that goal in life. Don't do it. Just start today. It's really important. Find your passion. Find your reason. Find your urgency. That's really important to find those, because if you have your passion, something that you're passionate about, something, that you really, really enjoy doing, and something that you can have a sort of a spirit of urgency about, you're going to be really successful with that. Ask yourself if you're willing to face your fears. And this is something really important too, because we all have fears in life. There's things that always hold us back. And if we're willing to face those, then we're going to be more successful in them. Some of those is the fear of the unknown, fear of failing or not finishing completely, scared to overextend yourself because you're already tight on time, and you're not sure what other people are going to think. Are they going to support you, or are they going to sort of laugh at you or hold you back? Those are fears that really hold us back, and we need to learn that we're going to face them no matter what. So being intentional just means that every single day you're going to wake up and you're going to make intentional decisions to do certain things, to act certain ways, and it's going to make a big difference in your life. Number one, learn to be intentional about every aspect of your life. That's your time, your personal growth, your spiritual growth, your finances, your family life, your work. Every single part of your life, you need to figure out a way to be intentional about it. Ask yourself, what are you doing on a daily basis to develop yourself? Once again, not others, but yourself. Are you doing something? And most of us are not. We're so busy with doing other things, we put ourselves on the back burner. Make a personal commitment every single day to grow, not just once a month or once a week, because we'll get off schedule, we'll get other things busy. But if we do it every single day, then we're going to be successful with it. And be willing to invest. Invest in yourself. It's going to make all the difference. So here's a few things that the intentional mind thinks, okay? When we have an intentional way of thinking, we think these ways. Number one, I will start today. Not next week, not tomorrow. I'm not going to procrastinate, but I'm going to start today. I'm going to grow personally every single day, not once a month or whenever I feel like it or when time comes, but every single day I will grow personally. I'm going to put the hard work in. I'm not going to just rely on the luck of of life and everything, but I'm going to work hard so I can sort of make my own luck there. I'm going to fight to the end, not quit when it gets tough, but because I'm going to tell you, when you start chasing your dreams and goal in life, you're going to go through some really hard times, and you're going to have to really suck it up, and you're going to have to make the decision that even though I don't feel like doing it today, I'm going to do it today. Even though I feel like quitting, I'm going to keep going. That's one of the mindsets that's so important to develop and have. The intentional mind says, hey, I'm going to take risk. I'm going to face my fears, just like we talked about. It says that I'm going to think like a learner and not a failure. So when things don't go right and we fail or we fall short or whatever, what can I learn from that instead of making it a stumbling block and giving up? And then the last thing is, I will never stop learning. And that's so important, guys, because there's so much to learn in life. And all of us, no matter how old or young we are, no matter how successful or we are in life or whatever, we can always learn. And one of the things that separates an awesome leader or a great leader from just the average Joe is their ability to learn and continually learn. Now, one thing to think about is we shape our lives ourselves, okay? The choices we make, they're our responsibilities. Even if we put them on other people and we allow on other people to influence our choices and stuff, ultimately, it's our responsibility. And when we learn to be intentional and we learn to grow and stuff, our responsibilities will be much easier and our choices will come out better because we're focused on what we're learning and what we want to accomplish. I want to spend just a minute on maximizing your time, because this is where most people stop. You know, it's that dream killer because we just don't seem to have enough time. And so I want you to start thinking about how you can intentionally maximize every moment of your day. And by doing that, you're going to really be surprised on what you can accomplish. You know, the number one dream killer is I just don't have enough time. You know, I need more time. But most of us, we all have the same 24 hours. So what's the difference between what, you know, the people that are super successful, you know, do with their time compared to what we do with our time? I encourage you to just for one week, keep a journal and journal every hour. And just, it doesn't have to be long or detailed, but every single hour, write down exactly what you did during that hour. Not the hours that you're asleep, but every other hour of the day for 7 straight days, journal that. And when you get finished, I want you to compile everything. Look at what's your dead time where you're not accomplishing anything at all, and then cut out the non-productive time. And what I mean by that, you know, you get up in the morning, you go to work, that's production. You come home, you spend time with your family, that's productive time. You volunteer or you work with your church or your ministry, that's productive time. But what I encourage you to do is look at how much time do you spend on, you know, the phone, on social media, playing games, playing with apps and stuff like that. How much time do you spend on watching TV? You're going to be surprised, I promise you. If you're honest with yourself when you do your journal, it's really going to wake you up. Statistics tell us in 2016, the average person spends 5 hours on their phone every day. That's between games and apps and Facebook and YouTube and Snapchat and all that. But the average person spends 5 hours. Just think about what we could do with just 5 extra hours a day that we're totally focused on making ourselves better. Set yourself a personal daily production time. So once you sort of configure all your time, you figure out where you're spending time, where you're wasting time, and what you can do with it. Start a clean schedule and say, okay, for this amount of time every single day, I want to be productive. And that's a personal decision. For me, I have a 15-hour production time, and what I do is I start at 6 a.m. in the morning and I go to 9 p.m. at night, and every hour I want to be able to write something in every hour that was productive. Now, in those hours is mealtime. You know, that's 3 meals a day, so that's production for me. That might be a 15-minute meal, it may be a 1-hour meal. It just depends on what it is, but that's still part of the production time. Work is production time. You know, but what I have found is instead of spending 3 or 4 hours watching TV every day or doing other things on the phone or stuff like that, I can take those hours every day and I can put them towards myself and towards my dreams and goals, and I am really making a big difference on what I'm able to accomplish. The last thing is stick to it. And this is the hardest thing, guys, is when, you know, when we get excited at the beginning, it's easy to do the first 2 days, but day 3, 4, 5, it gets a little bit tougher. And the weekend gets here, it gets even tougher, you know, but stick to it. Be intentional about writing that time down, because it's really going to help you accomplish a lot in life. It's going to help you see ways that you can be more productive, and you're going to wake up one day and you're going to say, man, I can't believe I got all of that done yesterday. And when you go back and look at your little production time sheet, you're going to say, wow, I filled up every hour that I wanted to be production, and it shows. And one thing that I recommend, this sounds really silly, is intentionally schedule an appointment with yourself every single day. to personally grow. And this is important, but write it on your schedule. You know, whatever time it is, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, schedule it with yourself every day and spend that time doing nothing but intentionally grow. It'll make a life-changing decision for you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Being intentional has just been a life changer for me, and I hope it will be for you. If you have questions or comments, just shoot me an email at info@thedailyebenezer.com, and check us out, like our YouTube channel, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.